So we're here again, and life, but in trading terms, right? This video is not specified to, like, you don't have to be a trader to take information from this video. This life is for anyone who is stuck in between a ranging market or is consolidating in some way, or just stuck in a cycle and want to make a change. And so I mean, life, but in trading terms, if you're familiar with the platform TradingView, when you start out trading or when a new pair freshly starts, it's a turtle, right? There's a turtle, and to put it in perspective, that turtle is you, right? Your life, it starts out, it doesn't really make much movement cognitively, like you're still learning, you're taking in your environment, and it's the same with trading. Like, it's just like most pairs don't, within the first few years, they don't really start to make big jumps until like they have yeah. So it's the same with life, when you first start out, I wouldn't say that you're blind to everything, like it's just like you're still learning the world, So yeah, man, like it's just in trading, there's three types of markets. There's an uptrend, there's a downtrend, and there's a consolidation ranging market. And most people, well, not most people, I mean, like, I feel that everyone who is watching this video has experienced at least one or all of those types of markets when you translate them over to life. Everyone has experienced higher highs and higher lows. Everyone has experienced the lowest of lows and some lower highs, and probably not you in particular or you right now, but there could have been a time in life when you felt like that you were stuck inside of a cycle. I myself was. I have experience of being stuck inside of a cycle, so like it's just the point of this video, the point of me, the point of my purpose in life, I feel, is to help people, to help the people who are experiencing the lowest of lows and lower highs, or are in either a consolidation market. I feel that my purpose is to help them break out of that consolidation range, or have a breaker structure in life to eventually start a new trend onto making new higher highs and higher lows, and I feel that like that just comes with, like, it's just not knowing what you want to do, not knowing what to do, not knowing what you want to do with yourself, and also the positions that you put yourself in, how you think, the type of mindset, because I think that being successful is all mindset. I can't really speak from experience because I'm not successful yet, but I'm currently on the process into becoming successful within and external as well. So I've always had the drive for helping people. A quote that I live by is "Inspire the youth," because the youth is the future. I know it might sound cliche and stuff like that, but it's just not even just the youth, just being able to make an impact, on someone's life is something that I've always felt a deep passion for, and that's something that I hold dear to me, and yeah, man, it's just So I mean, to really dive into everything, you know, like it's just if you are stuck in lower lows, lower highs, consolidation range, you know, you don't really know what to do with yourself, you know. I feel like that one, you have to really be honest with yourself. If you truly want better for yourself, you have to be honest with yourself. What's things that you're doing that's hurting you, distracting your vision in some way, somehow? Um, it could be a lot, man. It could be porn, it could be girls, it could be playing a game, the guys you hanging around, smoking, drinking, anything external that's distracting you from bettering yourself, you know. Um, and it could even be your family, the people around you setting limits on you, you know. I feel like that's a big thing. Um, Family set limits on children, um, or they project their limits. So by what I mean by their limits is just the things that they weren't able to achieve, they project that onto their child, which ultimately creates that cycle, you know, of like the generation being stuck in the same moment, you know. Like, I mean, not the same moment, but like the same environment, you know. And yeah, but it's just so back to trading. Like when it comes to taking action in your life, you know, like just like I feel like you have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. You know, you have to take a risk. You know, but you have to be honest and authentic with yourself. You know, because nobody else will. You know, you understand stuff a certain way that nobody else could understand because they're not you. So I feel that you have to really be honest with yourself to make a change. You know, like me, for example, I played football my whole life. Football my entire life. Played in high school. Was in the newspaper. Had some scholarships. All that stuff. You know, but I it really got to a point where I started to outgrow football. You know, because I mean it was football itself is physically and cognitively demanding. You know, it's a very intense sport. You know, and for a while I loved it. You know, I really had fun. You know, it taught me a lot of qualities, taught me discipline. It built my foundation of who I am. You know, and that's what I am grateful for and what I appreciate from playing football. You know, but I feel like that I'm at a point now. I recently just left my team. You know, I feel that I transcended football and I'm pursuing and transferring my energy into trading. You know, but I felt that like everyone reaches a point in their life, you know, where like they outgrow something that they used to do when they were a kid, you know, and that's okay. That's completely fine. Like it's just everything does not have to be permanent. I tell my mom that, my friends that, my girlfriend that all the time, you know, like everything is not meant to be permanent, you know, because life itself is an experience, you know, and that's all trading is. Like it's just like, man, trading is all mindset. It's all mindset and being authentic with yourself, being able to act on your edge. You know, by your edge I mean like your strategy. You know, stick to your rules, be disciplined. You know, and like it's like I translate trading over to life so much because it's like the mental requirements of what it take to I wouldn't be successful in life, no, but to enjoy life at its fullest. I feel that's what it takes. The traits from trading to be successful at trading is what it takes to have a good life, you know. It's just to be okay with taking a risk, you know, to be okay with making mistakes, you know. the discipline that you need to have trading, the psychology that you need to have trading, to be a good trader. I apologize. But psychology you need to be a good trader, and then also the ability to be present in the moment. That's the key factor to majority of everyone's problems, anxiety, depression, all of these mental diseases and stuff like that, like it all comes from living in your mind and not being present. And that's why 90% of traders fail, because they don't know how to be present. If every moment in the market is unique, right? Yes, you have experience of seeing the same patterns, the same price, same with the form, price forming the same formations, you know, just everything, man. Like, it's just like, if you live in the past or you try to project stuff into the future, that's where you're not really experiencing, and you're not really living life at your fullest. I feel that you have to be grounded within yourself, have a solid foundation. That's what it takes to be a successful trader. Have a good strategy and be confident in your strategy, and have that good self-trust. And that's what a good foundation is: having self-trust, having self-confidence to do whatever you want in life, to pursue your true desires, to pursue whatever you want, like being present. You don't set limits on yourself. You're not thinking about, what if this doesn't happen? What if this? You're not thinking about, man, because when you're present, anything can happen. Like, you're not thinking about the past, or you're not thinking about the future to predict what you're going to do, or to determine what next move that you're going to make. Like, it's just I'm not saying that you don't refer to the past, or you don't refer to the future for certain moments or for certain information and stuff like that, but I'm just speaking in general. Like, it's just like, man, like, it's just people really take advantage of each moment. Like it's like, oh, no. People don't take advantage of each moment, because each moment in the world is unique. Yeah, like, there may be times when you get deja vu, and that's how I refer to seeing the same patterns in trading. Like, it's just like, you get deja vu, of seeing this pattern, or seeing how price turned out this way and stuff like that, and it's the same with life. Like, it's just like, man, like, if people were to just learn these key fundamentals, and translate them over to life, like, it's just, they would be a good trader and be happy in life, because all trading is about being present, having a good strategy, taking good risk management, and having good risk management, and sticking to your plan, sticking to your rules, and that's pretty much it, man. Like, it's just, and all that is living by your morals and what you value, living by your rules, what you value, taking risks, because without risk, I feel that you'll be stuck inside that same cycle. I feel like in life you will be stuck inside of a consolidation range without taking risks, because taking risks is taking high probability trades, or risk with higher probability. If you're just raw dogging and just going and just doing stuff without even contemplating on anything or predefined risks, like, it's just, man, like, it's it's so much that you can learn from trading, you know, if you really just open your perspective and view things from an open mind, you know, like it's like trading can teach you so much. Like everything is not about money, you know, and that's what I learned, you know, like it's just my first month of trading. I was seeing a lot of success because I really took the time to really learn, like November, December, like I will have days where I'm studying 20 hours a day, 20 hours a day, you know, like I'm really YouTube, reading books, you know, just trying to learn the ins and outs and how the market works, what a pip is, babypips.com, you know, learning from people who have experience in the market, who are already successful. I'm just trying to just take in all the information, you know, and see what I like, you know. It's a quote by Bruce Lee that I like. Absorb what is useful, discard what is useless, and add what is essentially your own, you know. And that's pretty much what I did, you know. That's how I developed my trading plan, how I developed my rules. And yeah, man, like it's just, even with having a mentor, that was a key, that was a big help, learning from someone who has experience, you know, investing it in yourself. You know, like it's just like in life, man, you will never get nowhere if you don't really invest in yourself, man, if you don't really take action, you know, because that's all it is, you know what I mean? Any reality that you seek is obtainable, you know. All you need to do is put action behind it, you know, and it's like that's what that taking a risk is, you know, like it's just, if you've been stuck inside of a downtrend for X amount of time, you know, but you finally decide that you want to, you know, do something with yourself, you know, that's the first step, you know. So if you were in a downtrend, you know, you just rejected a level of support, you know, because that's step one. Step two, building a plan, you know, how you're going to go about this, right? How are you going to go about taking action, you know? What is it that you want to pursue, you know? Whether it be anything, it doesn't have to be anything big just yet, you know, like it's like, as long as you get the ball up and rolling, that's great, you know. So once you have your plan, now you just had your second rejection, you know, so now you just formed a double bottom pattern, you know. And then like it's just, as you begin to incorporate this plan, you know, and stick by the plan, you know, eventually in life you will have a break of structure, you know. You will have a break of structure, so you go from a downtrend to an uptrend, you know. And like it's just, it's not gonna be flying, you know, like it's just like your life, it you need to experience the journey. You need to experience, you know, the suck, you know, like the suck part of life, you know, because if you do really embrace that part of the journey, you will really you will be grateful for it more. You will cherish it more, you know. So it's just, once you really have that break of structure and you start to thrive and stuff like that, you know, be aware that, like, man, like you still got a long way to go, you know, a long way to go, you know what I mean? Now that you have broke out of that downtrend and stuff like that, now you have to keep adding more, you know, and just redefining your strategy, you know. Again, like it's just like, because all it is just, it's the same way in trading, you know. You plan the trade and you trade the plan, you know. And like it's just like, it's the same way with life, you know. Like it's just, you have a plan, you plan a trade, you trade the plan, you know. Like it's just, man, your entry is based off of self-trust, self-confidence, you know. So if you see price on the higher time frame, on the 4-hour or the daily time frame, you know, just engulf the previous candlestick, a high probability engulfing, you know, meaning that price closed above the highest high of the previous daily wick, you know? So by that I mean, like, it's just like, man, like, so much, man. I'm gonna come back though.